First off, a little bit of business. I want to announce our 10 winners for our fermenting course giveaway. And they are Christina McCara, Julie Schmidt, Sarah Slosser, Rebecca, Bonnie Howard, Terry Ismail, Heather Van Sant, Carolyn Chadwick, Joey Olivencia, and Iris. Some of those didn't have last names, I know. If you heard your name, go check your email. Make sure you check the spam or promotions, and you'll have 1 or 2 emails from us on how to access the course. Second, I want to announce that the cart is open on our Fermenting Foundations course. If you want more information or you're interested in getting in on this course, check the description below this video. There's a link. Check that out. Third of all, let's start our video. We made a big decision over the past few weeks that's gonna change the course of the next year and years, really, not to be dramatic. We're moving away from the homestead for the winter. By the time this video finishes, you'll understand why, and you'll understand why it's a really good thing, and there's actually so many reasons to celebrate in this. Everything is changing. The weather over the past 3 days changed dramatically. It's 45 degrees this morning, and it feels cold compared to the weather we've been having. This morning, I'm going to clean the cow because she's dirty this morning before we milk her. And I'll hose her down with a little bit of ground temperature water. I'm taking the bull out to the back pasture because all the cows are going out there to keep them off our main pasture. Everything's changing. Yeah, everything's changing. The weather, we're looking towards the winter, and we're finding a new place to live for now.
The barn's just so dark, I always dislike milking in there. So.
I separated them really late last night so it won't be that full. We won't get that much milk, I don't think.
I think it'll be fine.
The cow actually just broke this railing. It wouldn't take much. I knew it needed to come down. That was put up 3 years ago for a wedding, and it's tulip poplar. So it was really just designed as a temporary railing.
I do have to say, she is so chill these days. Just going wherever I lead her. I love it so much.
We gave up on milking in the yard. It was just getting too complicated. Hey, what are we doing this morning? Getting Alice's milk?
Mm-hmm. I kind of want my peaceful barn back in the mornings. Like where I just come milk by myself.
Will you get him some oatmeal? Yeah. Thanks.
Here, watch the bucket. I gotta wash my hands.
Are you excited we're getting a house? Does it take some of the pressure off?
I don't know what kind of, yeah, I'm excited we're getting a house. I'm a little torn because that's just me. My frugal nature is like, I can't believe we're doing this. But I also think it's going to be awesome. But I think the coolest thing is it's going to just give us, it's just going to help me get through the winter, which is going to be great. And it's just going to give us all some space, which is going to be great. Come on, Mama. You know where to put your foot. You know?
We're kind of coming down to the end here.
Yep, but we're not at the end.
Who have you heard predict a really cold winter?
I feel like I just read it in the weather reports, but the woolly worms are all totally black. I haven't seen a single woolly worm with brown on it. And so, usually, if a woolly worm has more brown, that's a more mild winter. If they have more black, it's a more harsh winter. Well, these have been all black. Every single one I've come across.
I've only seen black ones too, actually.
Really? That's pretty nuts. I've never had that happen. I look every year. I've never had it happen where there's not some brown on them.
I do feel like we're due for a harsh winter. We've had so many mild ones recently.
The year I was pregnant with Wilder was a very harsh winter. All the rivers froze, the waterfalls froze.
Yeah, that was 3 years ago, so it's time.
Yeah.
Our house has mold in it, and we're still in the preparatory stages of a full gut and renovation of our house and mold remediation. In the meantime, we've been living in a camper in our front yard, which has been a huge blessing because it got us out of the mold. When we were in the house, our kids were having all sorts of health issues, mostly respiratory issues, and Brianna was having issues. And as soon as we got out, many of those cleared up right away. So the camper's been a huge blessing, but the pressure of camper life is too much. It is not working for us. I think that's what we should start with because she looks so good. And I think it's probably milk scours. I think we should just make sure she's always off, even if we're not milking. Put her up at night.
Yeah.
The calf has some stinky scours. She still looks really good, but we're trying to figure out what to do with her.
You are so soft. You are so sweet. I know. I'm gonna let you off. I'm gonna let your mama off first though, because
I think we should take her mom all the way to the back.
Can you do that? I'm gonna go filter milk and finish breakfast. You know, and get people what they're supposed to be doing because we gotta start school.
Yeah.
We're on a much stricter schedule now.
I'm gonna put her all the way in the back pasture. Just a minute, you'll be off. Just a minute. You'll get to go back to your mommy. And then let the calves run out to her. If I let the calves out now, she would be trying to stop to let them nurse, and they would be slowing this walk down to 1/10 of the speed we can go. So she was in heat the other day, so she wasn't pregnant, as far as we can tell. And I think she got bred. It's really hard to tell because it happens so fast. But she should be pregnant now. So he tried to mount her for one day, and I do think she stood for him, but we didn't actually see it happen. So now they're out here in the back. They'll be out here for a few days. The goats are already out here, and they're on half this back pasture. I'm gonna leave this wire high here. The calves can actually slip under that, but the cow and the bull will not. If you're following me for this bucket, there's nothing in the bucket. There's nothing in there. I know you're interested. There's really nothing there though. The pigs finished most of their food, but they left some sweet potatoes. I expect them to eat those before their next feeding. Okay, big man. Go find mommy. Go find your mommy. She's not in here. She's out in the pasture. There you go. You're free. Get out of here. Hey, you want to say hey? He wants to suck on my finger. He's obsessed with it. You're silly. They're looking for mommy. Where did she go? She's mooing for him up there. Where is she? There she is. You hear her? Go out there. Well, he can barely slip under there. The bull is letting the calves nurse now, which is a really important change for us. Since that first time she was in heat, right when he came back, he's chilled out a lot about the calves. He's not 100% warmed up to them, but he's not stopping them from nursing like he was then. What a beautiful morning. Gorgeous. It's fall now, even though it's not official yet. Fall's hit here.
What are you doing? School?
It's going to teach you your letters and your sounds and your numbers. Every letter makes a sound. We use letters and the sounds they make to read. Do you see all the letters in this box? You see all these letters? Okay. Now, the letter A. You point to the uppercase A. Now, lots of letters make up the word apple.
The letter.
Ah, what does the letter A say? Just tell me the sound, not a word, just the sound.
Is your bed cleaned off? We tried moving out before for Brianna's sanity and the kids' space. Bree got a vacation from the camper. It was like getting out of here. And it took the pressure off temporarily. But we weren't able to get anything done in the house, and I spent my time making the long drive between our house and the hauler, just back and forth and working, taking care of the animals. For me, on my side, it felt a little crazy. The toilet overflowed?
Yeah.
Come on, Wilder, we got a problem to take care of. Watch that baby for me. Faith. She's got him. What happened?
It's that toilet, it just keeps running and the kids don't realize it, and then it floods. At least it wasn't poop this time. It's just pee.
How far did the water make it in the bedroom, guys? What about over here? Even though I'm wiping up water out of the overflow out of the toilet, the food that you're cooking still is amazing. I'm still really hungry. About 2 weeks ago, I finally came around 100% to seeing that getting out of the camper and getting into a rental was the only thing that was going to work for us. So I came 100% on board. Like, I'm backing this. I'm willing to do anything to make it happen. And I also realized that if we got the right place, it could actually be key to moving forward in the house if we got the right place. There's very few to choose from, but the ones we looked at either were rented or they were rented as soon as we went and looked at them and talked to the people who own them. So it was pretty discouraging as we were looking. We were at this place where we were thinking, well, we've decided we need to be in a rental. We know we need to be in a rental, but there's none available.
Do you have the car keys? Did you go to the car lot?
Love you all. Have a good time. Listen to your mom. Bree's going to do some errands and take the kids to some classes, but the biggest thing she's doing, as far as I'm concerned, is she's going to sign a lease on a rental house. And I think it's probably the best thing that we've done yet in the middle of this challenge and the smartest decision we've made. Finally, Brianna found what would turn out to be, and what I think will turn out to be, a lifesaver. She found a rental that was close by and called and talked to them, negotiated pretty hard on being able to actually move in soon and rent the place, and they agreed to it. So as fast as we could, we jumped on it and said, let's close the deal. Let's meet as soon as possible and make this happen. The day that we signed the lease was a weight coming off our shoulders, because we knew that at this point, it's a few weeks out yet, we would be able to get out of the camper, have a break for that, for the winter months, and that we weren't just stuck. Someone's coming to help me get one of the biggest items out of the house that's still in here. And that's this old wood stove. Man, I love this thing. But because of its massive size, we are not gonna have it in our new house, because you can get stoves that'll put off the same amount of heat that are a lot smaller. We're actually gonna give this away to someone who is setting up their new house and they really need a wood stove. So she's gonna actually come help me load it in a little bit, but first I need to clean out the ashes. When I opened it up, I was shocked because there's a dead bird. Yep, it looks like a starling that came down the chimney. Completely dry and lightweight there. And there's no reason to add any weight to what we have to carry. I'm not actually even quite sure if we can carry it. Okay, I want to tell you why this is really a lifesaver. It's a lifesaver not only because it's a rental. We could have rented a house in the local town, in the city. And it's gone! But it's a long drive away, and it would have completely disrupted our lives and nearly prevented me from moving forward on what I need to move forward on. But we found a place that was as close as you can imagine a house being for rent close to us. I am so excited about it because we actually, in this situation, get to have our cake and eat it too. It's crazy because the rental is so close that we could just walk to our house or drive right down to our house, do our morning chores. We could eat breakfast together. I could go to work but still be available and work on the house and get stuff done. And if Bree needed me, she could call on me. I think the title of this video might scare some people, but it's actually going to be an amazing thing, and we're going to be able to do our homestead life, still live in a house, and be close enough to work on the house and stay connected as a family. And that is what really excites me about this, and that's why I'm not at all unhappy that we're moving away from the homestead for the winter. That smells so good. I've been smelling it all day on and off, and I'm really excited about eating it.
I over toasted the buns. They're supposed to be soft, but they're not soft. They'll still be yummy.
That looks amazing. So you signed the lease.
Oh yeah, I did.
I am so excited.
Well, okay. Even more exciting is the guy that we're renting from, his mom runs this rental.
Yeah.
And his other rentals.
Uh-huh.
And she was the one that was there.
Yeah.
And she was so kind and funny and fun and excited that we're renting it. So I told her where we live and how close we are to this rental house. And
Yeah.
she was like, oh, that makes me feel so good knowing that you guys are just right there, you're local. And then she was like really happy that we had kids.
That's cool.
She has 5 kids.
No way.
So she was like, oh, I'm so excited for you guys. I told her, like, we've been living in a camper and I just don't want to live in it this winter. And anyways, it was really cool. It was really fun meeting her. She was like, anything you need, I'll help you provide anything. She's like, you want to go look at it right now? Because I haven't actually seen the inside of it, just a bunch of pictures. Did you go see it? No, I didn't have time. The girls had lessons. But she was like, we'll go this week. Just text me. We'll go over there and look at it.
That's so nice.
Why is making that sound? Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to have a potluck. And use that fun outside eating area.
Fall party. Yeah, and maybe now I can have a sleepover.
It's time once again to do the chores, the evening chores. I know you don't want to walk up that hill. I get it. But I don't want you spending all your time down here at the bottom either. We started this channel 4 years ago with the simple intention of starting a second income stream for our family. And it over time turned into so much more than that. And we realized that actually by telling our stories to people, it was, I might go as far as to say, a ministry. And so many people have told us that we've encouraged them, that we have comforted them, or that maybe we've just given them some good, clean entertainment. So many of you all have given back to us, and I want to say thank you. Thank you for everyone who leaves comments, gives us thumbs up, and to the people who went further, who shopped through our Amazon links, who've bought our t-shirts, who are patrons on Patreon. I just want to say thank you to everyone, and thank you to you because you're watching this video, and that in and of itself helps us out. Thank you for joining us today as we told you the story of how we made this big decision leaving our homestead for the winter. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.